here with Jawa James and Baby Jawa, and we're here for another unboxing Star Wars video. Are you ready, Baby Jawa? Yeah, we're all here. It is middle of March, and we are here to talk Star Wars. What do we have today, Baby Jawa? Oh, you want more? We got more Star Wars coming up this episode. Yowie, what do we have in the bag? Oh, let's open up the bag. All right, let's get these straps out. Ooh, what do we got? We have Star Wars, the Force Awakens visual guide, the visual dictionary by Pablo Hidalgo. We're going to talk about that. And what else do we have? We have Star Wars, the Force Awakens Rey's story by Elizabeth Schaefer. We'll talk about that. We also have a recent Star Wars Rebels episode that came out last week, Shroud of Darkness. It was a big game changer in terms of what is going on for the Jedi and the dark side on that show. So let's talk about some stuff here. First off, how about we give Chewbacca and the Tuca and your R2-D2 hat? You want to wear your R2-D2 hat? Oh my goodness. It's getting small for you? There we go. All right. I wrote an article that was up on StarWars.com this week about the wit and wisdom of Hondo Ohnaka. Hondo is one of my favorite characters. And so I pulled out kind of a best quote from each of his episodes in the Clone Wars and in Rebels to kind of highlight what a good character he is. Yep, he's pretty cool. He's a good businessman, good pirate, friend of the Jedi. Yeah, oh, you're tickling me. I'll tickle you. I'll tickle you. Yeah. What else do we have? Tomorrow starts the annual This Is Madness character picking tournament on StarWars.com. It's always a lot of fun. I do commentary as Team Hondo. Hondo is not very happy this year. No, you know why? He got cut. They didn't invite him this year. Yeah, Hondo's pretty mad. But he's still going to give his picks on who he thinks should win in each round. They had to cut him, unfortunately, because they wanted to add a lot more characters from The Force Awakens. What you doing, baby girl? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you found Daddy? All right, Baby Jawa. So let's talk about Rebels, Shroud of Darkness. The episode starts off on the planet Usulon. Ezra and... Oh, are you getting down? Okay. Ready? Woo! Ezra and Kanan are looking for a place for a new rebel base. Unfortunately, the Inquisitors, the fifth brother and the seventh sister. All right, and with that, my co-host is flying the coop. Okay, well, we'll just keep going without her. Bye-bye, baby bird. So, yeah, back on Usulon, there's this crazy fight at the beginning. It was pretty awesome. We have Ezra and Kanan just going at it with the fifth brother and the seventh sister. We got some good lines there. It's probably pretty interesting to have Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar in the studio together recording their lines as they're fighting. Our heroes escape on the Atibity that Ezra summons. It's really cool to see how Kanan is trusting Ezra to do things in the Force that maybe Kanan doesn't think of doing. Or then after that, the two Jedi and Ahsoka get together. They go to Lothal. On the way there, Ezra sees Ahsoka watching a hologram of Anakin at his prime, wearing a cool training costume. Matt Lanter doing the voice, great as always. They get to the temple, they raise it up, they go inside, they decide best way to do this is to meditate and then split up. Kanan goes off, finds a training room. Oh yeah, and there's a temple guard in there. Temple guard's got a really cool lightsaber. Yeah, the lightsaber's pretty cool, but before they get into a fight, the temple guard kind of tells Kanan that, you know, you're not going to be able to protect Ezra from, and that's going to end in failure, and that's going to lead to darkness. They have a big fight. Yep, and there's lots of different lightsabers, and then there's more temple guards. Meanwhile, Ezra goes off. He encounters Yoda. They have a neat talk in the cosmos. Ahsoka gets a vision with Anakin calling out to her, turns into Darth Vader, so that's a pretty big revelation there. Eventually, as we go on, the Inquisitors show up. They start causing the temple to shake. Yep, and they get everything all red glowy. Yeah, the Temple Guard end up, challenging Kanan. Kanan finally surrenders, realizes that he can't protect Ezra. All he can do is train him the best he can, and with that, the Temple Guard knight him as a true Jedi Knight. And it turns out the Temple Guard was the Grand Inquisitor. That the Grand Inquisitor, before he turned to the dark side, was in fact a Jedi and a Temple Guard. Vader shows up. Ahsoka gets one last look at Yoda, who does a little smirk, and Ezra's got a new place to go, Malachor. At first he thinks that's a person, being John Malachor. No, it is a place from the KOTOR games and other places. I think it was even referenced, earlier in Clone Wars as a random reference. So it was a great episode. We get to see a lot more of the what the Jedi are and how they connect to the dark side in terms of the Inquisitors. We see how sort of these visions and stuff actually take on the Inquisitors. That was kind of cool that the fifth brother and seventh sister are overwhelmed by the Grand Inquisitor and his Temple Guard ghost buddies. So great episode. What else we got? Oh, there was also the great voices in it. Oh yeah, that's right. Frank Oz doing Yoda, James Earl Jones as Vader, Matt Lanter doing Anakin Skywalker, again from the Clone Wars. So it was really cool to have all those voice talents come back to do this episode. Hopefully we're going to be seeing some more as, what are Vader and the Emperor going to be doing with this temple here? That are they going to be looking for secrets in it? And what does Malachor have to do with it all? All right, let's talk a little more about what do we got? Let's talk about Where's Star Wars Every Day. James is on day 73. Today's day is an R2-D2 day. He got this from his friend Brian Sims, who loaned it to him. Yep, we're on day 73. I did a recap earlier of weeks 9 and 10. We had a bunch of clothes loaned from a bunch of different friends, such as Tom Mascari, Elizabeth Dibble, Ryan Chung, and Brian Sims. We also had some donations, so thank you very much. And if you're tracking that, please visit gofundme.com/Where's Star Wars 2016. Let's talk about Rey's story. This is a book that came out in February. Rey's story is by Elizabeth Schaefer. It has wonderful illustrations in it by Brian Rood, who also did the cover. There's one of the shots right there. Hopefully you can see that. There's plenty of illustrations. It basically retells The Force Awakens from the point of view of Rey. It does cover a little bit beforehand. It kind of has her playing with her flight simulator on Jakku before she gets involved with the story. We also get a really cool chapter at the end that is her experiences at the Rebel base, the Resistance base, before she goes off to find Luke. She has some scenes with Leia, some stuff that's not in the movie, but for the most part, most of the rest of it is basically what we see Rey doing during the movie. We see her, on Jakku, encountering BB-8, then encountering Finn, escaping on the Millennium Falcon, meeting Han Solo and Chewbacca, etc. It's really interesting to see some things from her point of view. It is kind of, if you haven't seen the movie, it would kind of jump you around a little bit as you realize that Rey does not meet Poe Dameron until the end of the movie. And so she just thinks he's this guy that is dead, and then he's alive. Okay, that's kind of weird. But it also, there's a little bit in the movie, that is missing when Rey obviously gets captured by Kylo Ren and then later on escapes. So we miss a whole scene there of, the battle at the castle and the Resistance planning their attack on Starkiller Base. But it is a really cool book. I would recommend it. It is, designed for younger readers. So if you're an adult or whatnot, you'll probably blow through this in, an hour or two. The artwork, like I said, Brian Rood did a fantastic job. So much stuff. Pretty much every chapter has a cool piece in it. So I'd go check it out, pick it up, share it with a friend. A big thumbs up on that. Also a big thumbs up on the Force Awakens Visual Dictionary by Pablo Hidalgo. So, with Pablo behind it, it has tons and tons of information, all canon. going into the details that you'd expect. This is pretty much the #1 guidebook that's out there on The Force Awakens. If you want to know who anyone is or in the background, we got, even in the index, there's names of people. You know, we got inside of a TIE fighter pilot helmet that there are some cool cross sections in here that aren't just prop shots but actual new things that were made just for this book. We got a great shot here, you know, describing everything about Rey and her speeder. It kind of shows everybody as they start in the film where they are, so you don't necessarily see, you know, what happens during the film, so it doesn't spoil the film, but at the same time it gives a lot of the details of who are all these people, you know, what are they carrying, what sides are they affiliated with. One of my favorite spreads here is a spread on Kanji Club. We got Tasu Leech here, we got Razu Kinfi, you know, kind of looking at all of their different weaponry, what Kanji Club is about. So this is a top-notch resource on everything you could possibly want to know about The Force Awakens. You know, obviously we have some stuff on Kylo Ren, plenty of cool stuff, especially some stuff that, you know, might have even gotten cut from the film. There's some cool things in there, and of course we have a marvelous BB-8. So if you haven't got this book yet, if you're a Star Wars fan and you have not got this book yet, you need to get it out. Buy this book right away, because you know, it's fantastic for kids, it's fantastic for adults, it answers a lot of questions and raises a lot more. I find it fantastic. It's from DK Books. Yeah, it's great. You can learn all about Rathtars and Tito and Unkar Plut. 1/4 portion for you. Ha ha ha. All right, thanks, Yowie. So with that, you know, basically we talked about Rebels, the Shroud of Darkness episode, Rey's story, the visual guide by Pablo Hidalgo. Go check out This Is Madness playing for the next couple weeks, and we will see you when we return. All right, everybody, Baby Jawa is still off screen, and may the Force be with you.